Let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
I'm on a mission.
I'm on a mission.
It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high.
Guys, I stopped into the shop this morning and got me a dozen shiners, and I'm going to try to go out and find some shiner bites. I got some shiner trips coming up, see if I can find them. I got the old Lowrance live target shooting out there. I'm going down the bank here, see if on this break, see if, because they'll be up on the flat early this morning, see if there's any up, you know, on this flat, and see if I can find some. Fish right in here, guys. Right there, see that one right there? I'm gonna do a little shiner fishing this morning, guys. I'm gonna throw a couple shiners out there and see if I can catch them. I see, let me see, both points, there's fish on both these points right here. Oh, you can't see it now, but where the light's shining over there, there's fish right there, and right straight across on that point right there. They're anchored right on that point. See it where it shallows up right there. See these fish right here? Pretty neat. That's a pretty good fish right there. It's still dark. These are smaller ones. These are smaller. These are cichlids or bass. That big one just swam out of the screen. But he's up there feeding. So we'll see how it goes here, guys. Pretty neat though. Got my new Lowrance back. The other one fogged up real bad. This one here, when they're working, they're great. But you know, something happens to them. But look over here, right over here by these trees. See that bass right there, them trees right there. That's a good bass. Yeah, he went back in there. There's some smaller ones. There's smaller ones there. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Let's see what they do here. If you're thinking about getting one of these forward-facing sonars, I'm telling you, you can't beat them. I mean, you just can't beat them, guys. I would buy the Garmin. The Garmin's a little more detail. Lowrance is all right. I mean, you know, I bought the Lowrance, but I think the Garmin's just a little better unit. You know, you can see them. Look here, swimming. It was bass, guys. I'll show you here in a minute, just as soon as it gets a little bit lighter. Here's the transducer. This is where the transducer is shooting down. And you see right here where it comes up and levels off right here. See how they're up on that flat early this morning? And when the sun comes up, and it gets, unless it stays cloudy, they'll stay up here. But when the sun comes up, these bass will drop right down here, and they'll be right on this break right here. They don't like the sun either, like I've always said. They're like us, they don't like that sun. But yeah, we'll see how we do here. I'll throw a couple shiners out here in a minute and see if we can get one to grab it. But yeah, there's definitely fish here if they'll hit. Now, just because you see them don't mean you can catch them. I mean, that don't mean they're going to bite. So, the conditions are good. I mean, they should. I mean, it's cloudy this morning, a little bit of a wind blowing. The moon's right, everything's right. So, and it's cooled down, temperature's cooled down, so they should be hitting. Let's see what's over here. Everything, there's nothing out on the deep part yet, but they will be. Everything's over here by this brush. See here, all the fish are over here by this, staying close to that brush right there, guys. So, we'll see what happens, you know. Hey, I haven't been fishing much. The wind's been really bad, and hurricanes. It's just been, and it got the lake stirred up real bad. So, see if we can catch something today. Hey guys, this is a good bait bucket. I'm telling you, it keeps your bait alive good. It's 26 gallon. It's called Striper Soup. StriperSoup.com. If you're looking for a good bait container, you can't beat this one. Excuse me, right? This one here, right here. Does a good job. Guys, I'm going to show you. I've been doing a little shiner fishing this morning. Got started at daylight because I've got some shiner trips coming up. So I caught some fish this morning. I couldn't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to narrate after I edit it because. I started catching fish. I had 3 boats around me. I mean, they just swarmed in me on me like a buzzard on a roadkill. You know what I'm saying? It's that time of year when the snowbirds are back. They don't have no ethics. I mean, you know, they'll come right in on you. They don't give a hoot. But that's just the nature of the beast, I guess. But I get this, slow this out a little bit here. There we go. Here's how I do deep water. If I'm gonna throw it just a little bit deeper, and if the wind's blowing real hard, I even put a float on here. Like I said before, I put a swivel right there, and then I put my hook, put my line off. That's a 3-way swivel. I put my hook off there. Then I put the weight down there. Put a real light weight. You know, depends on how hard the wind's blowing, but no, I don't put a real heavy weight on there. And I just put a hook a shiner. Usually I hook a tail in a tail when I have this kind of rig. Float 9 times out of 10, I'm fishing in 10 foot or less. Most of the time it's about 5, 6, or even 3 foot sometimes. But I got about, from the float to the hook, about 18, 24 inches, guys. And these floats are pretty neat down here. They just got kind of a slit in their side. And you can, at whatever depth you want, you can slide them back and forth. You don't have to take it off. Just kind of slides back and forth, guys. Just like, you know, pretty neat. And I can always get the brightest ones. They say, they can see them. I don't think so. I don't pay attention to that. Yeah, and then I just put a number 2 or number 3 aught hook on the bottom of it. And I usually hook these through the mouth when I'm doing this 9 times out of 10. Now, something else here. I'm going to show you. I want to see if there's any fish here. This morning I found fish, and you'll see as I show you, edit this morning. I found fish with a fish finder. So I run down the canal a little bit farther and see if I can find some more fish. Let's see what we got going on here. Turn on. I had some cloud cover this morning, guys, which kind of helped out. I mean, I got a little extra fishing. You know, usually about an hour after daylight is the best time to fish, but with that cloud cover, it helped me out a little bit. Got a little longer, you know, got about 2 hours of good fishing, just, you know, but no giants. Caught some nice ones, but no giants. Got some good bait this morning, guys. I mean, the shop had some good bait. The dozen shiners I got were pretty good, but they were hitting good this morning. I was even catching them on after they was dead. So, but the fish moved in up on that flat, and then he stayed up there for a while until, as long as that it was cloudy. Then the sun came out, and they kind of dropped down over, and the fishing slowed way down then. But for a couple hours there, I had some fun on catching them on shiners. It's kind of cool sitting there watching them on that flat up there, kind of maneuver around a little bit, and there were schools of shad in there, and they were around them shad, and I knew by as many fish as there was there, I was going to have a good morning. But I didn't see no real big ones, but it was pretty neat watching them before the sun come up and they really got active. These fish in Florida don't hit real good at dark. I mean, you can catch some on a buzzbait at times, but most of the time, just right at the crack of dawn, that's when they turned on, and you know, they were there. I knew I was going to catch fish. I mean, y'all could see them there kind of maneuvering around them shad, getting ready to feed on them. Well, you can see it broke day, and just, I mean, it just kind of like somebody flipped a switch, and you can see that shiner. Man, the shiners are really lively and good at GARRARD's Tackle Shop, guys. But yeah, just like somebody flipped a switch, you know. And I couldn't talk much because, like I said, I started catching fish, and them boats pulled right in on me. So I didn't want to do too much narrating at the time when I was catching the fish because, you know, they're right on top. They come right on top of me, and I don't understand that, but you know, it is what it is, like I said before. But you know, I started catching fish. I mean, just as soon as that day got daylight, I mean, where them fish I seen on that live target, they turned on. I mean, they really turned on. Not giant guys, but they're look there. They're not giants, but boy, they're fun to catch, guys. They're fun to catch. Like I've always said, I don't care what size they are. As long as I'm catching fish, I'm happy. You know, I'm really happy. As long as I'm catching them fish. I had I had two poles out, but I couldn't keep up. I should have just had one pole. You know, I couldn't keep up with it. So, but yeah, I just got tangled up, and the fish were biting. So I just set them poles down that was tangled up and reeled the fish in. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, when they're hitting like that, I shouldn't have two poles out, but they were hitting good. For about 2 hours. I mean, I was catching, like I said, on dead shiners. They were, I mean, but they're not giants. But again, they're not giants. But if you like catching fish, come on down, guys. We'll go shiner fishing, or you want to do artificial? We'll do the artificial thing too. So. you got good bait, it's non-stop if you're into fish. I'm telling you what, you get good bait, good shiners, and you use that Lowrance to find them. I mean, it just cuts through the chase, you know. And like I said, the shiners were great. I mean, just for, you know, they were really lively, just the right size, and they were eating them up. Great one. It's really a lot of fun when they bring it to the top of the water, bring that shiner to the top of the water, and that shiner's trying to get away from them, flipping out of the water. I mean, that's when you know that they're feeding good. But that don't last long. I mean, usually about an hour after daylight, that kind of turns on, and after that, it's, you know, they, like I said, they go back in that deep water, and you gotta go down deep and try to catch them. But they get their bellies full, and they're harder to catch. I mean, they'll grab it and kill the bait. But they won't hardly eat it, because they're like us. I mean, you know, after we get our bellies full, we don't want no more. Same way with them fish. They don't want no more. They'll kill it, but they won't eat it. Just as fast as I could get it out there on them points, they grabbed it and went with it. I mean, it was just, yeah, it was a blast. I mean, non-stop. I mean, they fought good. Even though they weren't real big, I mean, still they fought good. You know, out of the water, in the water, which, you know, that's what it's all about. I mean, yeah, just as soon as I got it in there, you know, on them points, they were staged on them points right at daylight. Look how thin this fish was. I mean, something's wrong with him. The rest of them are nice and fat. But this one here ought to have been 4 or 5 pounds, and it was lucky to make 2 or 3 pounds. I mean, it really was thin. I don't know, you know, just not getting fed. I mean, look at the size of the head on that thing. It's just skin and bones. It's just skin and bones. But I wondered what was going on when I was dragging him in. He wasn't jumping much. He should have shoved a couple of them dead shiners down his belly, give him a little, you know, protein, but I didn't. You know, he's kind of sluggish. Gators will eat him. Yeah, stop in there at Garrett's and get you some floats and some of them 2/0, 3/0 shiner hooks. And you can see, I got it about 18 inches, 24 inches down from the float. And it's about 4 or 5 feet right there where I'm fishing off them points. And it goes down to 15 foot there as it comes out there and breaks. When they start moving out there, of course, you got to slide your float up there or go with the weight like I was showing you, you know, get down there where they're at. Yeah, just slide that float back and forth, you know, wherever you can start landing fish. Stop there at Garrison and get you some of that stuff. And them guys will put you on fish too. You know, they'll tell you where to go and what to use and what size hook, line, pole, whole 9 yards. And you can do this. It's, you know, it's just fun. If you like to fish, you need to try it. Shiner fishing this morning, man. Doing a little shiner fishing this morning, guys. Finally hooked a big one, or a good one, guys. I set one pole down, it took off, and I started to look over at the other one took off, so I had 2 fish on at one time, and the one was a good one. I grabbed it and, you know, put it in the boat. But the other one, by the time I got over to it got off. So yeah, it was kind of a, you know, Chinese fire drill there for a minute, trying to get a hold of both poles. I'm not going to do the 2 poles thing anymore when they're hitting real good. I'm just going to go with one rod because that's taking dead shiners too. I mean, I was using dead shiners to catch them, so they were hitting that good. Yep. There's a stud there, guys. Rascal swallowed the hook, and I've got pretty good at taking the hook, you know, with them swallowed hooks out without killing them. But if if I can't get them out, I usually just go ahead and cut the hook off. But they'll pass that hook eventually. But I like to get it out of there if I can because, you know, that it's not good. But yeah, I got that one out. I could tell this here wasn't a bass. It just grabbed it, and I thought it was a gar. I mean, you just grabbed it and started moving the bobbin up the stream with it, and you know, that's the way gars do, you know. And I had one shiner come in. It was tore in 2, and it ended up being a mudfish, bowfin, or whatever you want to call it. But they jump and fight like a bass, so they're fun to catch too, you know. Fish on, guys, fish on. Guys, you're going out there on the lake, you want to get this app that shows the wind because the wind's pretty important on this lake. It can be very, very dangerous. Garrett's got everything you need in hunting and camping, fishing. It's just an outdoor store. It's not only for fishing, but it's also for hunting and being in the outdoors. Coolers, feeders, tree stands. Captain Larry's showing the game cams up here. They've got any kind of game cam you want here at the shop.